This is the Mobile Commerce Minute with your hosts, Rob Woodbridge and Chuck Martin.
You have found the Mobile Commerce Minute, and with it, Rob Woodbridge.
And Chuck here.
Hey, Chuck, listen, there are a lot of apps being downloaded this past year, and nobody's paying for them.
Yeah, the model used to be, this is not Ringtone City anymore. What's happened is this year there are going to be 235 billion, that's billion with the B, apps downloaded worldwide. 99% are not being paid at download. This is based on brand new research from Juniper Research. And this is a monstrous global study. What this means is basically only 12% of app revenue comes from fees at downloads. 12%, that's like nothing in terms of where they're going to make the money in terms of an app developer. However, in-app purchases, that's kind of where it's at. But if you look at the market globally, China just dominates. The average download person in China downloads 200 apps per year. In the US, the average is 28 apps per year. And I mean, that means that consumers downloading 28 apps. They don't use 28 apps. So the big issue from a retailer standpoint, retailers have been perplexed by this for a long time, that they put all this resource into their app development, and then the consumer goes in and uses the mobile website to make the purchase. And what's really got to happen is looking at the download versus the usage, and that's sort of where the big gap is right now.
You know, that is huge, because a download is not a good metric. It's a vanity metric, isn't it? Ultimately, what you're got to be looking at is how many times it's being used and the revenue that it's generating as a result of this. And we're starting to see that. Obviously, Asia is huge when it comes to the number of apps they use, because they don't rely on landlocked, big screen, connected internet computers. They use these devices every day.
Right, it's a great point. It's almost like cable. The metric in cable for cable TV is homes passed. That doesn't mean that the home is using cable.
Right.
It just means that it could. And we're downloads of apps are basically, if someone has downloaded 28 apps, that means that the potential for 28 apps, for usage of any of those 28 apps is there, but that doesn't mean it's going to be taken advantage of. So apps really have to provide huge value. It's going to get even more competitive with the number of apps being downloaded.
Don't forget to come back for our next episode.